This is your geometry teacher, Mr. Morissette. Oh, man, that's not good for my voice. I shouldn't do it. Well, anyway, if you're wondering, that guy on the screen there is the person from Fallout 3. Very good game for the PS3 and Xbox 360. Highly recommend it for those that like play video games like me and have no life at all. Well, anyway, this is going to be the first of, I believe, is going to be like 14 geometry podcasts. They're going to deal with Chapter 8 in our textbook. This particular one's not going to have any content really associated with it. It's just more or less to get you to see the format, how I'm going to do all this stuff. More or less, I'm using this software package called Camtasia. It records the screen of my computer, and that's about it. There's no external video camera, so you don't have to look at my mug or anything like that, other than the 50 minutes you already have to in class. You still have to listen to my voice, so we're really imperfect. Now, for most of these podcasts, I'm going to use this little software package called Geometry Sketchpad. More or less, I can draw circles and squares and lines and all that other basic stuff on here, but it's actually pretty powerful. I can graph stuff too. That's pretty cool, huh? But you'll see where this comes in with all the podcasts I'm going to make later on. Now, for a little reward for actually watching this little podcast, what I'm going to do in class, I'm going to give you like a quarter sheet of paper. So the people that have actually watched this are going to know what's going on. Everyone else is going to be absolutely clueless. This is going to be for extra credit. All I really want you to do, and this is no notes and all that, if your last name starts with these letters, all I want you to do is write down the one word in the on the first line on a little quarter sheet of paper and turn it in. You get some extra credit for it. So if your last name starts with an A, you write the word chicken. If your last name starts with a B, you write the word turkey. If your last name starts with C, you write the word moose. If your last name starts with E, you write the word pencil. If your last name starts with F, you write the word snow. If your last name starts with G, you write the word California. If your last name starts with H, you write the word pizza. If your last name starts with J, you write the word Cuba. If your last name starts with K, you write the word reindeer. If your last name starts with L, you write purple. If your last name starts with M, you write hamburger. If your last name starts with P, you write Fallout, from like Fallout 3, the dude that you saw earlier. If your last name starts with R, you write Detroit. Good town. If your last name starts with S, you write water. If your last name starts with T, you write gold. And if your last name starts with W, you write baseball. Well, if you see, I've kind of missed a few letters. But the reason I missed them is because I don't have anyone in my classes that has a last name that starts with other letters. If for some reason I did miss you, just write on your little sheet of paper, Mr. Morissette, you are an idiot. Think you can handle that? That's good. Okay. Now, for the rest of the podcast, you see, you're going to get a survey at the end of this, just more or less assessing just how much you used them, what you liked, what you disliked about them. So what might be a good thing for you guys to do is, like some sheet of paper, if you happen to look at them, write the title of the podcast you're watching, and just give me a couple things that you like about them. Give me a couple things that you don't like about the particular podcast. The more information I get, the easier it'll be for me to write my paper. And if there's anything that you think I should improve, or if there's any added podcasts you want me to kind of throw in there, or any ideas at all, what kind of podcasts I could do, just please tell me. I am very willing. I'm open for suggestions. These podcasts are here more or less to help you guys out. Well, I gotta go play some more COD, so I'm gonna quit. See you in class.